This is the Forward Motion Business Show with Professor Ken and Professor Paul A Marino. Hit new heights. Start with Forward Motion.
And it's pretty cool. You do collabs, local.
What's a collab? Explain to us exactly what a collab is.
The collaboration is pretty much two breweries, or it doesn't have to even be a brewery. It could be a clothing collab. It could be food collab in your brewery. It could be a lot of things. But for us, what we do is brewery collabs that I love to do. Right. You get your friends, the people you know that you love, you get them in-house, and you guys pretty much build a beer together. But before even that happens, we're already online making a recipe, making the name, doing the design of the art on it. Are we doing clothing with it? How many cans are we doing? Is it a bottle? Depends what style of beer it is. So there's a lot of things that go into collabs.
So a collab would be, I know you consult the tripping animals. So your brewery would do a collaboration with them. The two brewers would get together and come up with something special?
Yeah, not only the brewers. The brewers have a big part of it, but you also have the marketing guys that come up with the marketing piece of it. You have the artist that comes up with the artwork.
That's right. You have a very special artist. Who is that? What's his name?
Kevin is Kevin. Alexis is another. We have a few that was at Tripping and still there. That if you ever see the artwork at Tripping,
it is. I always wear their hats.
It's beautiful. It's amazing. Some of the best art I think literally in beer. Tripping Animals. So proud of everything that has happened with that. But so that's a part of it too. It's a huge part because God forbid it goes into a store somewhere. You know what really sells that can? It's not usually the name. It's not usually the beer inside of it. It's the artwork on the outside.
Package,
right.
The package. You see it. You connect with it. That's pretty cool. Let me try this. And when you try the beer and they're like, oh wow, the beer is even better. You know.
Right. The beer is amazing.
Then all of a sudden, it sells that piece that we were trying to push to you to begin with. But yeah, so it's a lot of stuff that comes into a collab. There's a lot that goes.
So it's planning. So I've launched some products over the years, and normally a good product launch is 18 months in the making, let's say. You know, a fast pace is maybe 9 months.
Yeah.
So what's the timeline on something like that?
A collab, I'll tell you what. When it comes to the beer, depending on what the beer is, if we're doing a stout and it's going in the barrel, you might not see that barrel for a year to 2 years.
How about a stout? How long do they have to put a stout up? Now, a stout, correct me if I'm wrong, is a beer that you put up in a whiskey barrel or the bourbon barrel, right?
If it's a barrel-aged beer, these days you can put a stout in almost any barrel. People are adventurous. I've seen them going in wine barrels. I see double barrels, meaning that you're putting it in one and going into a rum maybe.
But how long is it in the barrel?
Depending on the brewery. It all depends on the brewery. I would tell you it should be about a year to 2 years. You know, when it's ready, it's mature, it's ready to come out the barrel. But you just keep tasting it. You keep going in, and you keep, when it's ready.
Like a wine.
It's like a wine. It'll tell you it's ready. One day you're going to taste it and be like, you know what? This is perfection in a glass. I'm ready to bottle this. Let's go. Or you can put it in a keg and pour it on tap. I'll tell you what, though, but it takes time. If it's a collab, that kind of collab. And again, you got to be patient on like, hey, it's a year or 2 years from now. Now, if it's a Pilsner, if it's a lager, or that's different. Not up to 2 months because they're planning before, and then how many weeks it takes you to make the beer.
Hit new heights. Start with Forward Motion.